Hiya friends, Prepared Suburbanite back at you. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been around for a while, I'm going to talk about what I think is going on in the world today. I was inspired by a biblical verse that was discussed at length in my most recent church experience this past Sunday. And it really drove home quite a lot of thoughts over the last couple of days for me. So stick around. So here's some of the things that I think is going on wrong today. And it's all been foretold in Scripture. Bottom line for me is Scripture really does provide a pathway. And as a number of our fellow prepper channels have said over time, prepare yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually for what's about to come. Well, here's some of the things that I see that are driving the news today, in the last few weeks anyway, that I find very concerning. First up on my list is the issue of abortion. Right now, it's one of the biggest issues in the 2024 presidential election. And because Trump was kind of in charge and picked a couple of very conservative, originalist Supreme Court justices, the Roe v. Wade decision was overturned, and the decision was given back to the states where it belongs. And since then, the number of abortions has actually increased, which is, I find, horribly disheartening, because I have always maintained that life begins at conception. In fact, I'm going to ask a question, and you can answer this either in the comments below or in your own mind. But do you know anyone that's alive today or that has ever been alive that was not conceived? So if life doesn't begin at conception, what else happens? So, yeah, I just have a horrible, horrible thought about what's going on in the future with all this nonsense about abortion at any time up through the third trimester, even after birth, as we've discussed in the past. It's just an abomination. So that's kind of first on my list. All the stuff that's been going on over the last few weeks or so with anti-Semitism, with the anti-Israel movement, the pro-Hamas movement, the Hamas holes have taken over college campuses. They are wreaking their vengeance against the evil state of Israel. And Israel's been picked on for quite a number of thousands of years, but it's really coming to a crescendo right now. And I'm very disheartened by what's going on in the world today, and particularly in our college campuses with respect to the anti-Israel movement, the anti-Semitism that's apparently so rampant anywhere that they are willing to commit violence to get their word out and get their way for the future. It's just absolutely awful. I see what's going on with anti-Semitism influencing the decisions that are being made by the current administration, And I am just taken aback by that movement. The issues relating to transgenderism. Um, I, I guess there are certain people that think they were born in the wrong body or something, and it just kind of rubs me the wrong way that this movement is being supported by so many knowledgeable, well-educated people, saying that we have to accept this as a normal function of life, that it's possible people could be born in the wrong gender, born in the wrong body, and have to go through some sort of gender transition. I think it's dysphoria. I think there is something basically otherwise wrong with the people that feel this way. And my heart goes out to them because they feel so inadequate in the body they were given. I just don't know how to help them. But forcing me and forcing others like me to accept it as being normal and supporting the idea that children as young as 2 and 3 years old have the ability to determine their gender, their sex, whatever, there is something fundamentally wrong with that kind of movement, forcing other people to accept this kind of nonsense as a matter of fact. That's high up on my list. Even the furries, if you've encountered any of them, from what I understand, there's a local group right here in a local high school that think they are wolves, think they are sheep, think they are monkeys, and they dress up like that. They wear masks, they walk on all fours, pretending that they are animals, and they call them furries. And if you haven't encountered that, go look it up. It's very interesting what you'll find out on the internet about furries. I guess related to all this is what's been going on in Washington, D.C. with the House and the Senate passing two very big bills, one that extends and lengthens the FISA unwarranted searches on American citizens in violation of our Fourth Amendment rights. That was passed overwhelmingly by both the House and the Senate, and there it is. Anything that they can do to make themselves feel more empowered by taking away our Fourth Amendment rights, well, that'll do it right there. So this FISA extension, I think, is another abomination that's been going on. The recent bill that went through the House was approved, is, I think, still pending in the Senate, and even though the Senate may be out on on leave right now for a short period of time, that there is a number of things in that bill. I think it's 90 or 92 billion dollars in aid going to Israel, going to Gaza, going to the Palestinians, and going to Ukraine. It's money that we don't have, and what's going on is they're bankrupting this great United States, the one that I remember growing up in. The current levels of debt is totally unsustainable right now. There is no way in God's green earth that we'll be able to ever pay back this debt that we are borrowing from our children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. It's absolutely incredible. The latest thing was, yeah, we're increasing the debt by $1 trillion every 100 days. I suspect it's only going to be a matter of a few more weeks, and that'll change to $1 trillion every 90 days. And mark my words, that's going to happen. Given the current administration's, the House and the Senate's penchant for spending money that we don't have, and wanting to tax us more for that kind of cavalier attitude with our finances, it's another abomination. The fact that terms like patriot and patriotism have become dirty words, that's another abomination. In fact, this video may get tampered with by YouTube because I'm using the term patriot, using the term patriotism, but there's nothing wrong with being a patriot, to love this country and wanting to make it great again. And along that same line is that the Democrats have vilified the term MAGA as being a dirty word, a dirty phrase, and they are doing everything they can to vilify anybody that may wear a red hat and say, we need to make America great again. So another abomination that I see proliferating in this great country of ours, or former great country of ours. Obviously, the Trump trials in the news every day. It's nothing but a sham, I believe. This whole conjured up thing that's going on in New York City right now has absolutely no merit in law whatsoever, but they're proceeding with the trial as if everything is totally legitimate. They've picked a jury, they've got the alternates, they've started opening remarks, and here we are right in the middle of one of the biggest election interference acts I have ever seen. Another abomination. The issues that are going on with our southern border right now, even though they tell us it's secure, it's safe, the border's closed, we are being lied to left and right every day that we see what's going on there. We can afford, apparently, we can borrow enough money to keep Ukraine's border safe and not their border with Russia, but to keep their border safe, but we can't expend any money to keep our border safe. Oh, wait, there was a section in this most recent Ukrainian, Palestinian, Gaza, Israel funding bill that did allocate $3.5 billion to border stuff. And what it's going to do is provide $3.5 billion worth of incentives for more crossings, because it sweetens the pot for all those people that come here illegally. The criminal aliens are being rewarded by this bill, and I think that's an abomination. Our borders need to be tightened up. If we need to address our immigration laws, then let's get busy doing that rather than incentivizing criminal aliens coming here. On top of all that is the secularism that's going on right now. Anti-family, anti-Christian, anti-Jewish, anything to do with religion. It's proliferating everywhere you look, and I'm finding it very, very difficult to deal with. It's the only thing that we've got left to hold on to. And as I mentioned early in this video, I was inspired to do a little research and do a lot of soul searching and a lot of thinking about this particular issue. And the passage came from 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 4. The Spirit clearly says that in later times some will abandon the faith and follow deceiving spirits and things taught by demons. Such teachings come through hypocritical liars whose consciences have been seared as with a hot iron. That's a pretty powerful piece of gospel right there. I believe that the only hope that we've got is to really find ourselves spiritually, turn to the Almighty, whoever you think He is, and pray that this country can survive the onslaught of all this nonsense. This is the Prepared Suburbanite reminding you to be prepared always. And I'll see y'all on the next video.